Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back again today with another two new decks, or at least they're new decks to me anyway. The one on top here, many of you might not have seen or be aware of, the Wizard's Tarot, but the one underneath I'm sure that you're all familiar with, whether you've got it in your collection or not. The Wizard's Tarot I bought for myself. This is from a company called Paper de Lune, as you can see there on the box. I was searching around online one day because I'd seen somebody do a video about their sort of fantasy decks, you know, she had some Lord of the Rings. I think it was Mad Witch actually. She'd got some Lord of the Rings decks, and that made me think about those things. So I looked, and the Lord of the Rings deck was really expensive, but as I was searching and looking, I discovered this Wizard's Tarot deck, which is a Harry Potter themed deck. And yeah, I ordered it, and I think it took about a month to come. And at one point or another I thought I'd maybe been scammed and I wasn't going to get it, because there was no communication from this company. Yeah, they didn't seem to have an address of where they were located. I didn't know whether they were in this country or abroad. They had an Instagram page, but there was nothing on the Instagram page. And on their website, it seemed the only deck they had for sale was this Wizard's Tarot. So at one point or another, I was concerned that I had been scammed and I wasn't going to get these cards. They were half price. They were on the website, instead of £50, they were £25. So I'm such a big fan of Harry Potter that I ordered them, and thankfully they did come. I checked on YouTube and there are a couple of other reviews of this deck, but not many really. So I'm thinking that they're probably not familiar to most of you. And obviously the Everyday Witch Tarot, this was a present from my friend who buys me lots of tarot decks. And so I thought these would be two really nice decks to look at together in this little video. I'm going to look at the Wizard's Tarot first, and I'm going to put a timestamp in so that you can watch one or the other. You don't have to watch both of them. And I may have to pause the video and dash, because I have been expecting a delivery for some time that still hasn't come. So we'll see. That may come while I'm doing my video. So these are really nice cards actually. I'm so pleased that I found them and I ordered them. This is the back, which is just like the box. I really like these little tuck box affairs. There's no instructions with this deck at all. I don't even know, to be honest, if there's a PDF I can look at online, but I'm not really bothered about that, if I'm honest. And I also don't know whether this company had the rights to do this, to use the images from Harry Potter in the way that they have for this deck. It all seems a bit strange to me, but it is a lovely deck. It feels really nice actually in your hand. I have shuffled it. I have had a little play with it. And it shuffles really nicely. I'm not going to do it now because they're in order. I put them back in order, and I wanted to show you them in order. And I hope that I can remember who the people are in the cards. So we've got the Fool with the Weasleys there. Actually, I'm going to turn that down. The Magician, which is Dumbledore. As you can see, they're not childish Harry Potter type images. They're quite dark. And sometimes it's not entirely clear what is going on in the images, but I obviously need to spend a lot more time with them than I have. So I think that's Mrs. McGonagall, isn't it, in the great battle. This is Harry's Patronus, isn't it? Harry's Patronus, I think, there. And the Emperor until the very end. Harry's parents and that Patronus. The Hierophant, which I think is Mad-Eye Moody, if I remembered that correctly. I don't quite know who this is or what's going on in the lovers there. I'm not entirely sure what that's about. That's Luna, isn't it? Not entirely sure what's going on in that card either, in the Chariot, but I really like it. Strength. What was his name? I'm going to look on my phone, actually. I've got my phone open to a page of characters, just in case I can't remember who people are. Who is that with the snake? It's not Harry, is it? It's, oh, let me look. No. I don't know who that is. And I feel like I should. Is he the character that got killed in the Goblet of Fire? I can't remember. So we've got a lovely Hagrid there as the hermit. Look at him, look, with all the spiders and his lovely dogs. I wouldn't consider spiders to be a very hermity energy, but there you go. Hagrid is in his little hut, is a good hermit, isn't he? The Wheel of Fortune. Lovely Dobby as Justice. That's quite a fitting character to have as Justice, I guess, because Dobby was very concerned with things going well, things being right. The Hanged Man, which is Severus Snape. And I guess he kind of was, really, wasn't he? He had to... his path was a difficult path, wasn't it? He was perceived as being something that he wasn't. I guess he had to make some sacrifices, didn't he? The Death card. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in that image. No. The lovely Ginny as Temperance. She's a very good character for Temperance, I think. Yeah. Voldemort as the devil, of course. What's his name? That's gone out of my head as well, which is ridiculous because, do you know, I'm on a bit of a Harry Potter obsession at the moment. I've started watching the films again, and I watched The Prisoner of Azkaban last night, which is Sirius Black. That's it, the Tower. So that, yeah, that's a good card for Sirius, isn't it? The Star. There's always hope with Hermione, bless her. I guess that might well be Remus Lupin, or one of the werewolves there in the moon. Not sure who that is. That might just be Harry, mightn't it? In the sun. That's probably when he was on that hippogriff. Does that sound right? The sort of bird, horse type affair, creature. Malfoy. Did he have a first name that I can't quite remember? It was Lucius's dad, wasn't it? It's just Malfoy, wasn't he, I think? Malfoy. And the world with Hogwarts and the owl there, who again, I can't remember the name of his owl. And then we're on to the wands. That's a good card, isn't it, for the wands? Harry and Voldemort facing off. They both had a very similar wand, didn't they? I think a phoenix had given A feather for both of them. The Two of Wands with the car, with Ron and his car. The Three of Wands with the troll bogies, I remember that. The Four of Wands, just some sort of banquet and celebration. The Five of Wands, her. What was her name? Wicked, horrid woman. What's her name? Dolores Umbridge. And what's his name as well? The caretaker. Oh dear, I'm dreadful, aren't I? I'm looking through my list of characters. Can't see him at the moment. His name may come to me. Crookshanks, I think, may well have been the cat. I think I perhaps remember that. I'm not sure. Six of Wands, the triumph and victory of catching the... Here we go. Julia's brain, when she can't remember the names of things. What's the thing? What's the thing that he caught? Oh, I don't know. How ridiculous. They were Malfoy's friends, weren't they? And the Seven of Wands. A shark. I think that's from the Goblet of Fire, isn't it? In all the challenges that they had to do. I think. Perhaps. The Eight of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Wow, look at that. The Ten of Wands. I think that was in defence of the castle, wasn't it? Page of Wands. He's the wand maker, isn't he? Whose name I also can't remember. He is... I just watched him in The Prisoner of Azkaban, I'm pretty sure. Who was he? Oh, I don't know. Can't remember. But he's sort of the originator of Voldemort, I think, isn't he? He's the original sort of baddie, I suppose, isn't he? So this is Bellatrix Lestrange. She's a good character for the Queen of Wands, isn't she? I think sometimes the Queen of Wands, you're never quite sure what she's capable of. The King of Wands. Not entirely sure who that is, actually. The Ace of Swords. That's the Basilisk, isn't it, I think? Yeah. Nearly Headless Nick. That's a good one. The Three of Swords. That's when they fell by the lakeside, isn't it? And the Dementors were coming to get them. The Three of Swords. They were both half dead, I think. Yeah. The Four of Swords. That's Malfoy's mother, isn't it? What's her name? Lucius, Narcissa Malfoy, there we go, Narcissa Malfoy. The Five of Swords, that's not a good energy to be sat in, is it, at the table with Voldemort? That's a scary place to be. That's when they had the boggart in the wardrobe, isn't it? And they had to make Severus look silly. That's one of the Horcruxes, isn't it, that Harry stabbed, I think. That's Dolores's awful pen. She made poor Harry scratch into himself. The Nine of Swords. Well, I don't know what creature that is, but that's certainly stuff of nightmares. And the Ten of Swords. Again, I really can't Can't quite remember what that is about. A Page of Swords, oh bless her, Dawn French, who was the lady in the picture, wasn't she? I can't remember her name. That one might well be Lucius Malfoy. The Knight of Swords could be. Oh, what's her name? Weasley. How can I not remember her name? Weasley. Ginny is the daughter, not Ginny. Oh, how can I not remember her name? That's terrible, isn't it? Such a brave character. I feel like she's here and I'm looking at her, but I can't quite see her. No. Is it Molly? It might be Molly Weasley, mightn't it? That's what's ringing a bell. She's a good Queen of Swords character, I think. She always knew the right thing to do. The King of Swords. Not entirely sure who that is. That's the Monster Book and the Ace of Cups. I don't know why that's a good Ace of Cups card. The Sorting Hat, the beginning of a new relationship there with the Two of Cups. That's a good card. Three of Cups, Butterbeer. Oh, the mean old goblin at Sirius's house, I think, wasn't he? Can't remember his name either. The Howler of, I think that's what it's called, wasn't it? The Howler of this letter. The Screamer, Howler, something like that. Skeletal Grow, Six of Cups. Ooh, the regrowing of bones, a painful business. Not sure what that is in there, in that sort of pendulum type thing. Seven of Cups. The Quibbler, the Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups. That's just sweet shop stuff, isn't it? Oh, look at all the things. What are you going to choose? Sweet shop stuff. The Grim in the bottom of the cup of tea in the Ten of Cups. What a strange image to have as the Ten of Cups, the Grim. The Page of Cups. Who is that? Oh, that's the professor that taught all of the growing of things, the herbologist, whose name I also can't remember. She's a famous actress, isn't she? Who is she? Don't know. Don't know. Can't remember. No. Can't remember. Mr. Weasley. What's his name? Can't remember his name either. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, I suppose he's a good character for the Knight of Cups. Bless him. The Queen of Cups. Who is that? Don't know who that is. Ah, he's the one that died, isn't he? Mr. Twilight Man, the one who went on to star in Twilight. What was his name? What was his name? I feel like I should know it. I don't know. I'm not doing very well here, am I? I'm just looking through my thing on my phone to see if I can see who he is. I can't. No. I'm pretty sure he's the one who died, isn't he, in the trials that they had in, I think it was the Goblet of Fire, wasn't it? Platform 9 3/4, the Ace of Pentacles. That's a good card. Oh, about the Two of Pentacles when they were going to come and execute the hippogriff. Is that right? The hippogriff, I think, is what that is. The Three of Pentacles. Somebody's grave. Is that the Potters, Lily and James Potter's graves? Yeah. What have we got going on here? The Four of Pentacles. The dragon escaping from the bank. Poor old dragon in the bank. The Five of Pentacles. The centaurs. That's what they are, isn't it? The centaurs. I can't remember his name though. Oh, the Weasley's house. Looks like it's on fire in the Six of Pentacles. Or is that the energy that they put around to keep it safe? No, it looks like it's on fire. The Seven of Pentacles. Not sure what that is. The Night Person, the Eight of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. That might be the Shrieking Shack or something. The haunted place. Privet Drive, where the owls deliver all the letters to get Harry. Oh, bless her. What's her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. What is her name? She's the divination. Sybil Trelawney, Professor Trelawney, bless her. My ex-husband said I was a bit like her. What have we got? Ron Weasley, the Knight of Pentacles. That's a good card for Ron Weasley. I think that might be Ravenclaw, mightn't it? The Queen of Pentacles. I'm not sure. And then that silly man, the King of Pentacles. What was his name? I feel like I should remember him. Let's have a look. No, he's not in my list. Can't remember. No. No, he's not Professor Quirrell, is he? He's the other one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but there we go. Anyway, the Wizard's Tarot. What a fantastic little deck, don't you think? So, I hope you enjoyed having a look at those. I'm going to pause the video and then I'll be back with the Everyday Witch Tarot. So the other deck that was bought me by my friend, by my lovely friend, is the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. And this is a Llewellyn deck. It's a beautiful deck, but as I always say, I don't like these big boxes. They're annoying. I wish everything could come in a little box like this, or something maybe a little bit bigger, but I'm running out of room to store these boxes, to be honest. But they are lovely boxes also at the same time. It's a tricky thing, isn't it? Let me put that over there. So this is a beautiful deck, which I'm sure you are all familiar with. It comes with this lovely, lovely guidebook, which, to be honest, I haven't really had a good look through yet. What does it say on the back? So this is by Deborah Blake and the art is by Elizabeth Olber. It just says, this book makes reading tarot cards simple, especially for those who aren't versed in esoteric symbols and lore. Discover classic tarot art updated for the modern world and uplifting ideas that support empowerment and hope. So Deborah Blake is a Wiccan high priestess, and Elizabeth Olber has illustrated many books and other projects. Yeah. Deborah Blake is the author of The Everyday Witchcraft and The Witch's Broom, plus several other books. So, I don't know whether she's done any other decks of cards. This is a lovely book. Look at that, look. So it's the trouble, isn't it? If you want a nice guidebook, you tend to have a bigger box, don't you? Which is kind of annoying. Yeah, so it is a lovely, lovely book, actually. So this is a 7th printing of this deck. When was the first edition? I don't honestly know. Can't quite see actually on here. I don't know. Might be 2017. So this has been written as kind of a story. We've got chapter 1, how to do a reading, how to read, how to interpret the cards, questions and answers, how to do a reading, tarot extras, spells to use with the tarot. That's nice. A spell for a good reading. And then we've got a page, 2 pages it looks like for each card. No, 3 actually, plus a page for notes. Wow. It's like with the Fool here, we've got a full colour of the picture, we've got a little bit about it, and we've got another page here. But on the Magician, we've got these 2 pages here, plus another little bit, plus some notes. The High Priestess, yeah, and same with some notes. So that's obviously how it goes. You get 2 or 3 pages and space to write notes if you'd like to. Which I probably won't do. I don't like to write in my books if I can help it, actually. But sometimes I do. So, this gorgeous little deck. Let's have a look. I'm going to go through this deck quite quickly because I'm sure many of you are very familiar with it. I'm not at all, actually. This is one of the first times that I've actually looked at this deck properly, actually. It's been on my wish list for a long time, but I think it just sort of kept getting passed over by other decks that I thought were more interesting in some way, I suppose. You know, this is not a deck that I will study in any great depth, I doubt. But I think this will be a good all-rounder to read with. I think this is very intuitive. I like that it's got quite a young, diverse feel to it. Yeah, I like that it's youthful and colourful. It's nice. Yeah. This is a brilliant image, isn't it? The Chariot. There's so many, actually. I've looked at this deck on other people's channels and just thought there's so many lovely cards, actually, in this deck. Really what you would think witches would look like as well, in my opinion. I love their stripy tights. The Hanged Man, wow. Death. Yeah, I really like the stripy tights going on there. And all the cats. I like the colour palette of this deck. The Devil. Look at him there, tempting them with ice cream, cash, all sorts of things. I'm sure he's whispering all sorts of things in their ears. The Tower. Star, that's beautiful, isn't it? The Moon. I'm sure that's what my cat sees when he looks at himself, is something much bigger than he really is. He's got Napoleon syndrome, my cat, I think. That's really nice. The World. She's made it to the seaside with her pina colada. How lovely. The Swords. It's nice that they're in blue. I do like it when the colours are what I imagine them to be. But that theme is not carrying on, is it? Oh, cusp, I guess it kind of is, isn't it? We've got the blue cloak there still. These are very, very intuitive. Many of these Llewellyn decks are just wonderful to read with. You know, you could read this as easily as you could the Mystical Cats Tarot, which I think is another Llewellyn deck. This one is more people than cats, but the feeling, the energy of them is very similar. Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords. Wow, look at that, look, somebody running away and she's reaching for a broomstick. Cats hissing. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. So we don't see many male figures in this deck. I don't know whether this one here, the Knight, is male or not. Could be. The Queen, and we have got a male for the King. The Ace of Cups. How lovely. And Two of Cups, very civilized. That's a beautiful Three of Cups, actually, isn't it? Sisterhood, lovely. Four of Cups. The Five of Cups. Oh dear. And Six of Cups, that's very sweet. These are lovely, actually. They're very Rider-Waite-Smith, aren't they? But just more cute, I guess, aren't they? I think these will become quite a firm favourite quite quickly, actually. I can see that. Lovely. Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Beautiful Queen of Cups. Looks like she's pregnant. The King of Cups. The Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. The Three of Wands. All the different coloured cats. These are lovely. These would go so well with my Mystical Cats Tarot, I think. So well. You know, if I wanted to clarify a reading, I could see using the two of them together. They would go so well. The Eight of Wands. Struggling to hold on to everything. Nine of Wands. Beaten up but still game. And the Ten of Wands. Oh dear. Keep going, keep going. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands with a dragon. Oh, and this is a beautiful card. You know, whenever I've seen this card in anybody else's deck, I've just thought, wow, I love that card. That's beautiful. That's a much nicer image than Bellatrix Lestrange, isn't it, as the Queen of Wands. King of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Very nice. Four of Pentacles. I'm just going to pause the video because I think I can see my delivery finally appearing. Okay, so that's my parcel. Look. Ooh. How exciting. That's a parcel for another day, that is. It's a journal. After I watched Farah's junk journaling video, I just thought I've got to have a go, so I've ordered myself a journal. How exciting. So Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. I always like to know what the Nine of Pentacles is like in a deck. I'm a Virgo, and I think the Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles, which both involve being at home and enjoying your home to a degree, and me. So that's a nice card, isn't it? That could definitely be me, sat in the garden. Glass of wine, good book. Yeah, I like that card. Ten of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. We got the Queen of Pentacles, with all her lovely black cats, and the King of Pentacles, who has a dog. Wow, and a cake, as well as a glass of wine. Lucky him. So there we go. They are my two lovely new decks. The Everyday Witch and the Wizard's Tarot. Both very, very different energies, very different vibes. I don't think either of them particularly need a sort of depth study, a deck study for a month, which is what I do with a few of my decks. But you never know, I might have I think, because at the moment I'm working on the Witch's Wisdom, and after that I plan to do a fairy tale month, because I've got, what have I got? I've got inner child cards, which are fairy tale cards, and I've also got fairy tale Lenormand decks, which are new, which I want to learn. So I was going to do a depth study of those. So maybe after that I might have a month of witches and wizards perhaps, but we'll see. I don't know. I'll see how I get on. But I'm very, very pleased with both of these decks. They're gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed that. And please do leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And I shall see you again soon. Thank you.